Hey everybody, and welcome to AXION Token channel. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be starting different today. We're covering all about AXION, so let's get into it, folks, because I think we've got some cool stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the Accelerator, which is where you buy and stake and get all the bonuses. But before we do that, we're going to talk about AXION launch, and of course, we're expecting a big launch partner coming through that adds a lot of value to AXION stakers. So we're going to get into that too. It's going to be pretty cool. And before we do that, let's get into the chat, folks. Say hello, and we'll get that active. Let's get going. So definitely share it as well. Looking good. So just double checking. Sounds like audio is going well. And so we're going to get into this one very quick. So here we are on the AXION portal. And of course, this is at stake.axion.network. Now the link's in the video description. And of course, we're on /launch. So that's the website. We're starting off on the launch pad at the moment. And that's because AXION launch, I'll just go over this for beginners, but AXION launch is max stakers get to enjoy. That max stakers, people stake 15.2 years. Exclusive benefits for curated launches, perfect for our community. So it's pretty amazing. Now, 49% of AXION stakers are max stakers. That means they've staked for 5,555 days or 15.2 years. The reason why they do that is because they get over 300% more shares. When you stake AXION, you get shares. And so the more shares you've got, the more of the reward pools you get. And that also applies to the AXION launch. And the AXION launch allows projects to come through and launch their project or fundraise, a capital raise, that sort of thing. IDOs, pre-sales, airdrops, all that sort of stuff through the AXION launch platform. So that's how this works. So pretty much, but sometimes it also includes and often includes people that are staked 1 year or more. So don't just have to be staked 15.2 years, but 1 year or more often get eligible for a lot of these things as well. So pretty cool. You can see already we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already launched through the launch pad, and we've got another number 7 coming up. And this one looks like it could be a biggie. I don't want to jump the gun on it, but we'll just talk about the information we have at this stage. And of course, upcoming, it's in 1 day and 12 hours. So that's 36 hours away. So it is counting down, getting pretty close. So I'm pretty excited about it. And I thought, what a perfect way to start for today. Give you guys a heads up as well if you're going to look to pick this up as well. So now we're going to get into the update of the announcement that she talked about this. We have talked about this before. But we're going to get into this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, we've got a couple people in the chat. Hey, LeQuat's in the chat. Hey, good to see you. Hello, Axions. Hey, good to see you as well. And boy, it's good to see a new face in there. John Atkins, of course, an AXION token member, a pride and true member for sure is John. Hi, Superman, everybody. Hey, John, good to see you. And yesterday we had a whole show on the Warp project. Today, of course, we're covering AXION in full. So we're going to be covering everything you can think of that we know of. So it's going to be pretty cool. Now, here's a new feature that's on the site of the Launchpad, KYC status. This has been added, folks. Very cool. But before we get on, let's just finish this introduction here. So each AXION launch is unique. Some may offer airdrops, some may grant unique bonuses, and some may allow for significant discounts over purchase price. So we're going to get into a lot of that, and there's obviously a link to find out more there on the website. So pretty cool. This is a new feature, of course. We were anticipating this coming, and this is on the list of 12, I believe, of items that we're expecting in the near term. So pretty cool. KYC, know your customer is what it is. So KYC, know your customer. Basically, it's like a simplified form of ID and is required by law for some types of launches. Users can complete their KYC application with our partner, Securitas. So Securitas was obviously launched as the first partner here. And, of course, that's where we're using that partnership. So you see how they link up? It's pretty nice. AXION will never know your KYC details, so you'll always be able to keep yourself separated from the AXION team if you want that privacy. A lot of people do. We only have access to your wallets, okay? So wallets are anonymous, so pretty cool unless you dox your own wallet. Otherwise, it's anonymous. Very cool. And so there we are. You can apply for KYC now, so that's brand new. Looking cool there. I'm going to hit that button, and we'll see where that goes to. I'm not sure what that's going to do there. That's going to take us to the KYC launch. So that there is on. So you got initial details, personal information, continued proof of identity, continued declaration. So 6 steps there. And of course, you can welcome to Securitas ID management suite. Please follow the procedures to onboard on platforms. So you need emails and other stuff. Pretty cool. So that's the stuff that you need and a PIN number. So that is the steps you have to go to KYC. So cool. That is brand new, folks. So I think that's just popped up. I'm not aware of being there earlier. So nice. of course, and 1 day and 12 hours to go until we got the big launch, so it's looking good. Hey, Nicholas is in the house. Is a wallet with over 1 billion shares considered a whale? I would think that's pretty big there, Luciano. We've got 700 billion shares, so that would definitely be a whale in my book there, Nicholas, for sure. All right, so let us jump over to where we're at the moment. So we had these 6 launches at the moment, and of course we've got this big number 7 coming up, man, oh man, and this could be big. So we're going to go see how big it might be. Let's jump over to the AXION Discord, and we're going to jump on into the announcements. We're going to go up here, and we're going to scroll back up to the top here and go through this. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, so let us jump back up here. This was the list of 12 items that we were for 2022. I have gone through this on a previous live stream. You can check out the 2022 update. This is for near-term items that are coming up soon. And, of course, here we are. We have a next generation launch now confirmed, and it's been confirmed. So this is very, very cool. And we will be officially announcing it early next week, which we know is 36 hours away, followed by Discord and a YouTube AMA. So we're expecting a Discord announcement and a YouTube AMA. And with their team. So it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to meet the team. And here is the big teaser, folks. This is the big teaser. This is a huge project. And Pullen is very careful with his words. And, of course, Pullen is the marketing director for AXION at the moment and has done a stellar job. This is a huge project which is already fairly established in terms of its ecosystem. So established ecosystem, a huge project. This is looking good straight off the bat. Their mobile app already has over 1 million downloads on Android alone. That means it's a significant size community. Very, very cool. And, of course, on phone, people are very engaged and active on phones. So it's a good chance that they've got a high level of engagement on there too. They are about to launch their own token, okay, in crypto. So they're about to launch in the crypto. And the AXION stakers will get a chance to buy it at half the launch price. So that's a real good value for AXION stakers straight off the bat. So this is, you think about you getting paid AXION, getting paid Wrap Bitcoin, and of course you get the value on top of the launch pads. And of course the team's looking to try and get upwards of 2 per month. So 24 a year is what they're looking at. So that's a lot of added value as a staker just piling up there. And of course it gives you good access to that value. They are about to launch their token, and AXION stakers will get a chance to buy it at half price. Very cool. KYC will be required. So we just went through that. There's a new feature on the site there that I'm aware of. I don't think that was on earlier. KYC will be required for this launch, and it will be available to users worldwide, including US. I think we had other mechanisms before that, but I think they've upgraded that. Very, very cool. So KYC will be required for this launch, and it will be available to users worldwide, including the US. So that's very cool. Sometimes the US citizens do miss out, but not on this one. And this is a biggie. So I know that people like John will be happy with that. So let me know if you're happy with that, John, in the chat, because I think that's a pretty big deal. Now, KYC updates, we might as well talk about this because of the KYC there. So thanks to our partnerships with Securitants, we're now in the process of fully integrating KYC in our staking platform. We see that that has been done. That is achieved. So we see that right there. That's sitting there. That has been done. So hats off to the team. It's another one on the tick box. So it looks like we're going to tick off this one coming up in 36 hours. Looks like we've already ticked this one off the top 12. These are the 12 initiatives that are coming soon. So it looks like we'll tick this one off. Very, very cool. This is for AXION launch only, and it doesn't affect investors who are just buying or staking AXION, of course. But as some pre-sales IDOs require KYC checks to be done, we will be implementing a fairly smooth process for users onboarding. So pretty cool. We just look at that. There's 6 steps on the KYC, and it's through the partner Securitants, who also launched through the AXION Launchpad. The staking portal will instantly tell you your KYC status based on your wallet address. If it's not known to Securitants, you will be shown a link to securely submit your details on their portal, which we did look at. There's a 6 step on that. Once you have passed the checks, you will get the green light to apply for the launches that require KYC. Don't worry if you're not happy with doing KYC. The great thing about this partnership is that AXION will only ever know your wallet address. Never know your wallet address and never your KYC details. So people can still stay anonymous to AXION, and Securitants will keep your data very secure and have privacy policies for that. And announcements will be made soon as this is ready, so you can all apply in time for the aforementioned launch. So it does look like this is already okay. So that's looking like it's already got there. Very cool. All right, so the launch is looking pretty cool. Man, this looks like a biggie. So if you haven't got AXION staked, you might want to start thinking about that. We don't know the exact details until sometimes they have 12 months or more, but typically it's for max stakers. but we'll wait and see how that plays out. But definitely pick up some AXION if you're wanting to get access to this huge opportunity for sure. It's just one of the many benefits getting through AXION. I think it's going to be a huge value on top of the AXION that you earn as interest plus the wrapped Bitcoin dividends. I think it's going to be that could be a lot more value than that. So I think that's probably a pretty awesome opportunity. All right, so that's what's happening there. We're going to jump over to now the accelerator, and we're going to jump over here. I don't think anything else in that announcement's relevant. Let me just double check. Just going through some of this stuff. No, nothing in that particular link list is we're going to talk about. So let's get to the accelerator. Now, if you wanted to buy and stake, this is where you buy and stake, you get all the bonuses, basically getting a big discount to market going through the accelerator. And that means you're getting a cheaper price. So every 24 hours, 375 million AXION gets put up into the reward pool. And you can see that here is already down by 5%. And so there's 354 million AXION left, 12 hours and 70 minutes to go until it ticks over again and gets recharged. So you can already see it's going down there on the dial a bit. Now, obviously, you can earn up to 40% APR. This does depend on the accelerator selling out, and also the AXION price as well and things like that. So just take that into account. And you also can get up to a 10x multiplier NFT for the collider, which can give you a bonus investment based on the investment that you put in. So it's pretty cool like that. So the two main products, of course, accelerator, that's where you buy and stake in one go, get all the bonuses and discount to market price on SushiSwap. And secondly, the collider, where you can claim, try and put your NFT that you get through the accelerator and see whether you can get a bonus stake. Now, you got a 4% chance of winning that, 1 in 25. So good luck to you. We're going to check out some of those details in a second. So basically, if you want to get into here, of course, I always say, do your investment due diligence. Check out axion.network website. Check out the accelerator, the collider, and everything else on here. It's very cool. There's a calculator as well. Just read the fine print, of course. And if you have any questions, get into Discord and Telegram. And there's 24/7 help there from some brilliant moderators. Will be willing to help you with any further questions. If you do decide to invest, of course, get through the accelerator is the best deal for sure. Minimum staking period is 120 days. The minimum amount to buy and invest is 50,000 AXION. So that's only just a few dollars. That's how easy it is to get in. I like to check the advanced tab. And of course, you've got one of 6 tokens here. All these tokens are on the Polygon Matic network. So just take that into account. You can pick from any one of these 6 tokens. And then, of course, you can put the amount that you want to invest. And this is the big kicker. So how long you invest really determines what rewards you get. The longer pays better. It's that simple. Longer pays better. So you start getting the bonuses from 350 days onwards. So if you're doing a stake between 120 days and 349 days, you will get no extra bonus, but you will get the particle NFT. So you will get the particle NFT. You can use that. So you have to do 350 days or longer. So if we do 350 days, let me just put that in there, 350 days, you can see you're getting it 1%. And every year that you stake longer, of course, you will get 1% more. So up to 15 years. So if we do 555, which is the max period, you'll get 15%, which is 15.2 years. So that's how that works. So pretty cool. On top of that, of course, big payday bonuses. There's 4 of those coming up the next 4 years. The longer you stake, you'll see a green tick there. So if you do 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years, pretty much those will all get ticked. It's just slightly less than that, but that will all tick off. And then, of course, you'll get your big payday bonus. You've got your total AXION at the bottom there. Then you'll get a particle NFT on top of that. Maximum is 50,000 AXION, but that is currently $1,900. So if you won that, that'd be pretty cool and a good return on your investment pretty straight off the bat. Also, on top of that, of course, you're going to earn wrapped Bitcoin dividends. That is really a big flagship, and that's pretty exciting to get that. That's currently based on 30% of what goes through the accelerator goes and buys a wrapped Bitcoin, and that goes back to stakers. So once you become a staker, you'll start earning wrapped Bitcoin. That's pretty much it. And this gives you an indication of what you might earn based on the accelerator selling out every day. Obviously, it doesn't sell out every day, but it might do in the future. So it's you just have to wait and see on that. Pretty cool. All right. So that is how it works. Once you're happy with that, of course, you will get all those bonuses for AXION. You'll then stake that AXION, and in return, your AXION will get burned and you'll get shares in return. And that's how this certificate of deposits like AXION are working with shares. So that's pretty much it. So you get total shares here, your principal here, your basic shares here, your longer pays better. So these two here are your shares. And of course, your total shares is here, 96.7 million. And of course, there is a share rate that keeps going up and to the right. And that's basically based on compound interest. So it adjusts as new people come in, it adjusts the returns that people are getting. Very, very cool. So your total shares would be for a $1,000 investment would be about 96,700 if you did the max period 15%. 15 years would be the max, and you'd get 96.7 million shares. So pretty good. All right, so that's how that works. And you can claim your wrapped Bitcoin dividends anytime you want. So that's a beautiful thing. Your AXN you get at the end of the staking period. A lot of people often do stakes. They do multiple stakes along the way. And of course, that's called a staking ladder. And basically that way you have an income coming every time they mature. And if you want to reinvest the principal, you can. Just take into account that the share rate keeps going up and to the right because it's based on a compound interest. So nice. At the bottom, of course, we get the overall statistics for everybody that's been investing today in the last 12 hours. And of course, so far we've sold 23 million AXN in there. 11 million has been burned. So 55% of what gets invested goes to buy AXN on the market and burns it. So when you invest, 55% of what you invest actually goes to the market and buys AXN and burns it. And of course, you get all the AXN bonuses. So it's kind of a win-win like that. And 30% goes to buy wrapped Bitcoin and goes to all stakers based on the number of shares you have. Obviously, if you were this person, you would have 96.7 million shares, and that would be versus all amount of shares at the moment, which is over 700 billion at the moment. Cool. So what do people use to invest in AXN? 251 Matic, 0.09 wrapped ETH, and 0.0000266 wrapped Bitcoin. So you can choose any of those tokens. That's what people have used so far. It's early days, folks, early days. And of course, another 12 hours to go before it gets recharged. That's pretty much how the accelerator works. Once you get your stake, of course, you just click the stake and your stake will show up on the stake page there. You'll get some information warnings. You just should read those if you've never seen them. You'll get your portfolio on the left. That's your value. You get your shares on the right. Remember, when you stake your AXN, you swap your AXN for shares. You'll get your wrapped Bitcoin dividends in the middle here, and you'll be able to withdraw them at any time, or you can reinvest them in the accelerator and try and get more particle NFTs and things like that. So pretty cool. On the bottom, of course, you will get your stakes will show up. So if you do one stake, it will show up there, two stakes, etc. Your particle NFT will show on the NFTs. You have three options. You could just keep them there, particularly if you might get a 10x NFT. You might want to hold on to that possibly. You could also sell it on the OpenSea NFT trading, or you could actually use that and try and win yourself a bonus investment or stake. So you go up to the Collider if you want to use that. You put the NFT in this machine here, and of course you have a chance to actually influence the bidder. As I say, longer pays better is the principle of getting the most rewards. You just scroll that right to the right with a 15-year stake. Obviously, the AXN will be stuck there for 15 years, but you will be able to get wrapped Bitcoin dividends. You get over 300% more shares to get more wrapped Bitcoin dividends. Engage the Collider, you got a 4% chance of winning. So that's how it gives. So you might actually win a big bonus investment. That could be a huge ROI straight off the bat. That is just part of the fun of being involved in AXN staking. Really, that really is quite cool. All right, so that's how that works. So very, very cool. We've gone through the accelerator, buy and stake, and get all the benefits through there. Obviously, start earning AXN and wrapped Bitcoin dividends. Also, you get a particle NFT, and then you also get access to, depending on how long you've staked, you get access to all the valuable launches that go through the launch pad. And it looks like we've got a really big one coming up in 36 hours, as we just mentioned before. So that's pretty cool. There's also a couple of other features here on the launches, pledges, and vesting. So obviously you do get into one of the launches, then there'll be a vesting period often where they only drip you the tokens that you get over a period of time, maybe 3 months, 6 months, something like that. But that just depends on the launch getting launched. And there's also pledges there as well to be able to pledge into a project is also. So that's cool there. Let's go up to the dashboard. We're going to go from the investment side of AXN to the overall ecosystem and see how it's been going. But before we do that, we'll just get into the chats here and see what people are saying. We've got John Atkins says, yes, happy with the new launch. I'll definitely be buying in, says John. Nice one, John. I know John often has some good feedback on the launches, so I highly appreciate his comments about them when they go through. Obio Stone's in the house. Hi, Obio. Good to see you. And John Atkins says, the closer AXN are to Jeff K's Trust Swap, the better in my opinion. Yeah, that's right. So Trust Swap has been a very successful launchpad, and AXN's doing pretty well on that stream. And of course, following that course would be pretty cool. Nicholas Luciano says, do you have an example of split stake feature? Should we lose any principal or just split as affected? Yeah, basically the principal doesn't get you just splitting the principal. That's pretty how easy that is, Nicholas. And you're just basically splitting, say, 10 million into two 5 million lots. That's pretty much that. I think you can change some of the other stuff. I haven't actually got that open, but we'll cover that on another video as well, Nicholas, in a bit more depth. John Atkins says, one of my comments did not appear, so I'll try it again. The above did not make sense. You're right. No, still did not appear typing on PC and watching on iPad. Cool. Securitas have looked after many trust swap launches, and they have been run very well. Oh, nice one. That's great feedback, John. Appreciate that. And John says you do KYC once with the Securitas, and it works for many launches. Beautiful. So it's nice to see that AXION has that running nice and smoothly now with this KYC interaction. That's going to make it so much easier to get yourself into these new investment opportunities on the launchpad. Very, very cool. Great feedback from John, as usual. Okay, so let's have a look at the ecosystem, see how we're going. We've got 334.6 billion AXION in total supply. 24% is circulating supply. This number is now fairly accurate. In fact, it is accurate. It just includes the dev wallet. That's all you got to remember. And the dev wallet's about 10 billion, so it's about 71.1 billion taking out the dev wallet. And they do try not to spend the dev wallet, so it's a fairly good assumption at the moment. Staked is 76%, which is 253.5 billion, and max staked is 49%. Like I said, 49% of people are staked for 15.2 years, 163.3 billion. Why do they do that? Of course, to get over 305% more shares. There have been a few earlier campaigns where they got a bit more bonus than that too, but that there is basically how we got there. The total AXION burned is 36.685 was that billion? Yeah, so almost up to 36.7 billion. Pretty cool. And that's 1.4 million US dollars at the moment. Let's go and see whether we've got more burn today. Typically, they do come around at this time. I've got this powerful sort of gold orange on at the moment, so I might change that back to something like blue or something. We'll see. I do like the punch, though. That's like punches out here on the screen. Using the full colors of this new iMac 24-inch M chip, and of course with studio inbuilt mic. I can't stop talking about it. It's a lot of fun. All the people that watch the live stream will know I used to have a lot of trouble with my old computer crashing and stuff like that. Do not have any problem with this one. It is a lot of fun. Very cool. All right, so we had 27.8 million. Very cool. I don't think we talked about yesterday's burn. It was 11 million. So we might cover the 2 days burn there. I'm pretty sure we got up to that one there. So we'll get this. We'll add it in. So that's 38. Let's say 39 million. Just round that up. So 39 million. We'll take a copy of this. And we're going to go into burn baby burn session. Now, this is my favorite part because I love talking about the burn, because over time the burn's going to really add up, and I think that's a big deal. So nice. Let's scroll down here. We're going to go to the burn baby burn. So here we are. Burn baby burn. Now, Oblio is going to try and beat me on this one, I know. What did I say? 39 million AXION. And total, I'm pretty sure it was 39. Total burn. Oh, got the caps locks on there again. Got to get rid of that. Total burn. Now, it's this. Bam. Let's just round this up. Total burn now 30.7 billion. Pretty good to me. So 30, baby 39. We're going to double check the numbers just to make sure I'm not telling a fib. So 30, 38, 39. That looks good to me. And so there we are. So burn baby burn 39 million AXION. Total burn now 36.7 billion AXION. So let's capitalize that too. And away we go. On your mark, Oblio, let's go. Bam. All right, so we've got the burn, and I'm trying to bring it up. Where's my fire? I can't even fire. Where's my fire? Oh, it's not even. Oh, there it is. It didn't pop up straight away. I got beaten. Yeah, Oblio bit me on this time. I couldn't believe it. I was so confident. That's just unbelievable. So nice. We're going to do the old gift, though, and fire is in the house. We're going to get. I always want to paste that little girl one, but then I think it's a little creepy. So maybe not. Let's do the burn. All right, there we go. There we go. The burninator is in the house. The burninator. Let's go like that, and we'll put some fire. Bam. All right, so that's looking good. And yeah, burn baby burn. We've just burnt a whole ton more AXION, so that's pretty nice. And I probably should put the context, of course. AXION last 2 days. Got to put the context to make sure it's accurate. You know, I don't want to mislead people. Last 2 days. There we are. So bam. All right. So there we are. That's looking good. All right. So we're going to jump away from that. That is the burn, and that's on the blockchain, by the way. So very cool. And that is the highlight. So we're going to jump away from here now, and we're going to jump past the website. We're going to go to the AXION Price, and of course, here we are with the AXION Price. So the price has been doing fairly well. We're going to zoom in here, of course. Quadruple 03892 at the moment. A little bit of selling off here, even while the market's been going up. So this is the daily candles. We're tracking pretty well. And let us go to the hourly. I'll actually should go to the DMI. We've been following a DMI scenario where it was actually looking quite bullish. So we're going to check in on that and see how we're going. So we were heading in the right direction. We've just pulled that off the last 2 days. We've drifted away from our bullish scenario. So once again, we've got to wait again to see whether this is going to go bullish. And our sellers line is also departed from that story as well. So as you saw in through here, we're actually looking bullish. This was going down, but nothing was confirmed. It was just heading in the right direction. Momentum was definitely looking good on the momentum side. Not up to 20 yet. That's sort of our beginning of a good momentum, and then we want to get to 25, which is way up here. So we never got to that. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait, but we have got a little bit of a price increase. We're just going to have to wait and see how we go there for sure. So if we jump out of there, that scenario is not in play at the moment, but possible. It could come into play still. We've got a lot of room in our RSI. So that's the case at the moment. And of course, we're going to have to look at the price here. We'll look at the fact that we are the Bollinger Band trend is downward still, but we have got we're almost in the middle still. So we just need to get another nice little day reversal there, and we could still stay on track there, middle of the Bollinger Bands. But we really want to start getting an uptrend for sure. Now let's zoom out here in the daily. We're going to zoom right out. This is the full chart since we've been on Polygon. So obviously AXN needs to be on Ethereum. We're going to go through here. We're on day number, can you believe it? Day 111 on Polygon Matic. That's just some crazy stuff right there. So that's where we're at the moment. And we're going to zoom in again. And of course, we want to look at the targets here. So the targets, particularly with this bullish DMI scenario playing out, were the fact that we would be, that's a bit crooked there. Let me just straighten that up. I've got to pull that up there. Is that on the 5? Let me have a look there. That's not on the 5. So let me pull that back on the 5 there. That's a little crooked. Anyway, so that's where we're looking at the moment. And it was 8.5. Let me just scroll that down too. That's a little crooked. Not sure what happened there, but something didn't quite go right there. That looks all right. All right, so we're looking at the scenario with the green going up. If we could break this, we had some nice little price momentum as in here. So I'll just put that in the chart there. We had some nice little price momentum going up here, and we just had a little bit of selling off just in the last day and a half or so, or day, maybe the last day. We were actually tracking reasonably well up to that point. So we just need to get a nice little green buying in here. So we'll wait and see whether that happens. We've got obviously 36 hours now. We've got a big potential launch coming with a very, very big, probably the biggest project by a country mile that's going to be launching on through the AXION Launchpad project with over 1 million downloads. That is huge. And so that could potentially be the biggest one we've ever seen for sure. That actually has established a project with huge onboarders already. Typically, a lot of projects that come through, they have huge potential, but they have to have time to actually realize that. But when you've got a project coming in with over 1 million downloads and already an established ecosystem actually deciding to enter into crypto, and they're going to launch through AXION, maybe they might have more than one launch partner, but nevertheless, they're launching through AXION. That's a pretty huge opportunity for sure. Even if 1% of 1 million people get into a project, that's humongous. And of course, typically you might get at least 2 or 3%. And on phones, typically people are highly engaged. So if they make it easy access, you could get a much higher engagement with that as well. So huge opportunity there for sure. And of course, when you have 1 million people, you've got 1 million people potentially that could spread the word. So you've got a potential for huge growth off that too. So there's lots of big network effects there. All right, so that's where we're at the moment on the price. And of course, we'll wait for the next day to see where the green candle takes us. We'll get a bit of buying. And of course, in 36 hours, we've got that huge launch. We'll see whether that also gets more buying support so from that as well. But our big target to break the downtrend, we've got the big downtrend there. The big way to break that, of course, is to start getting towards this quadruple 05 mark. So we'll be watching that very carefully over the next few days and see if we can sustain this uptrend and hopefully get up here, somewhere like that. And that's what we'll be looking out for as well. And then we'll start to break this downtrend that we've got, this curve. You can see it's sort of kind of moving down. We just need to start breaking that those angulations there. And then, of course, if we get over a quadruple 05, we really want to head to quadruple 08 and break that once and for all. And then you can see that would actually be a break of the trend, and we'd have potentially an uptrend in play. So we'll be watching out for that, folks. That's going to be pretty cool. Let's go into the overall numbers. And we're going to see that total liquidity is 206, almost 207,000. US dollars. We've got the daily volume still on the small side at 9,700. I really would like to start getting back in the $20,000-$30,000 range and then start to move up from there. We've got pooled ETH at 32.47. We've got pooled AXION at 2.66 billion in there. So really, that's what you're trying to sell when you're swapping that over for ETH. Market cap is just under 3.2 million US dollars. And what else is interesting there? Circulating supply, as we've already covered that as well. One ETH at the moment will buy you a pretty good amount of AXION, 81.87 million. So that's pretty awesome for your bags. And of course, if you stake that, you can earn all the AXION 8% per annum on the inflation, up to 47% APY if you're including wrapped Bitcoin dividends. And also, obviously, with the upside of the price starts rising as well, which is obviously a buyer's market at the moment at the bottom of the price curve here. So there's lots of potential upsides there as well. And that's the highlights there for AXN Price. Let's jump over to the crypto market, of course. We can see that we're actually in pretty good rebound territory, but Bitcoin's going to face some hurdles. The real psychological thing for Bitcoin is actually getting over 50K. We've already had a double top, and we had a pretty serious retracement. I think it was in excess of 50%. And of course, now we are climbing back up here. There's the second or third price increase now, and we're up at 44,000. So looking good, but certainly going to come into some pretty strong resistance before it even gets to 50K. So be very careful at the moment with getting in after the market's already had a couple of big moves. So it's going to be interesting to see that, as well as Ethereum as well, 3,129. That obviously typically lags a little bit behind BTC. So BTC is definitely its time at the moment, and we'll be looking to see the markets, the altcoins move up maybe slightly after. And as long as the rest of the markets, the Federal Reserve and all that stuff stays a little stable for a week or two, might be able to get another nice little rally and push up higher. So something worth looking at, as well as the stock market, right? The Nasdaq, the S&P, the Dow Jones, all that stuff. So cool. All right, so there are some of the highlights for the price. We've covered that. We've covered liquidity as well. And, of course, the market's looking pretty supportive of the altcoins, and would probably have another nice altcoin move. That is also pretty supportive of AXION as well, and especially when news comes out of this big launch partner. If it's a very attractive launch setup, we already know it's going to be half price, so that's already attractive straight off the bat. 1 million downloads on the app, that's super attractive. So this is looking like a really big launch partner. Man, that's pretty exciting. All right, so that's that. Let's have a quick look. I just want to go back to the announcements here. We're going to get back into the AXION announcements. Let's go. We're going to get in a couple of comments first. Prana says, hey, good to see you, Prana. And Oblio says, wow, it feels like just the other week, not 100 days ago. That's right, it does. Oblio, 111 days. It just feels like the other week we moved to Polygon. We moved to Polygon in mid-October, yeah, because we had big payday on the 29th, only about 2 weeks later. Well, not even that. So that was pretty huge. Big payday was 5 billion AXION, folks. That was pretty much airdropped to stakers that had staked for 350 days or more. And of course, a lot of those people were Bitcoin free claimers. We had Bitcoin free claimers beginning of AXION, and of course, we had to absorb all that. So that sort of explains some of this price front running here, as we saw. So the orange there's the big payday, and of course, people were selling into that. So that's what we had to absorb. And stuff like that. But the team came up with some pretty clever mechanisms of dampening down that sell pressure with Diamond Stake NFTs, absorbed a couple of billion AXION and stuff like that. So pretty cool indeed. Let's get into the announcement. I want to go back up the top here, and we're going to just talk about a few of these again, just as a refresher of what's coming up. YouTube videos tutorial series will be up up soon, and so we'll be looking for that. And of course, lots of new marketing being planned, so that's pretty cool. So on top of the big launch partner, we've got lots of marketing coming in, and potentially a new marketing director coming in to fill that role as Pullen has moved into a lot of different other functions as well, including obviously a lot of video tutorials, which does take up a lot of time. So pretty cool. AXION launch focus, of course, is going to be a big focus, and potentially up to 24 a year or 2 a month. Pretty exciting, and I'd be happy if they do 6 a year. That would be pretty good. But 24, man, that's supercharged value for AXION stakers for sure. A lot of extra bonus upside on a lot of projects. Community voting, of course, is coming, and a tokenomic change is also going to be in the play. And we're just trying to get the accelerator right at the moment. 55% for AXION buy and burns, and 30% for AXION wrapped Bitcoin dividends. 15% goes to the team. It's typically subject to a community DAO vote. And of course, that sometimes that will go to marketing, sometimes that will go to the team. But we would like to see the team well resourced so that can do the marketing and promotions and the launch pads, things like that. So we've got to get the balance right there. The tokenomic changes, of course, is going to be up to vote. And also it's going to potentially include a tax on a sell, not on a buy, but a tax potentially possibly a 2% of 2 plus 2. 2% will go to stakers and 2% will go to the buy and burn. So that's what we're looking at that moment on tokenomic changes. Centralized exchange listings. This is going to be huge. A lot of people are looking for this. I think the best things that this does offer, potentially offers an indirect fiat on-ramp. It also potentially offers a introduction to a new audience, particularly people that are using those centralized exchanges. It also potentially offers a way of bridging onto Polygon, which makes it a lot easier to onboard people in AXION. Another benefit that it may have is that it may draw just people just generally. The fact that it's got a centralized listing make AXION just that much more bigger in a brand. So it could have some of those indirect effects there. Typically, these tokens like this don't typically get margin traded. So that's probably one that won't be on the list there. Fiat on-ramp, we are still in talks with various providers of getting fiat on-ramp. So looking forward to that too. This is another one. So two biggies there, CX listing and a fiat on-ramp. That is definitely very bullish. And of course, the final one, lots more. There's lots of things that I haven't included, snapshots of things that are coming. So lots of stuff more coming down the pipeline. And looks like a bit of a reorganization of the AXION team. We know that a lot of the dev team and some of the other team and marketing and moderators are working on the Warp project at the moment. And of course, that's based on an OHM DAO treasury system. And I think it was about $1.8 million at this stage. So it's looking pretty good. And they've just opened that game. It's just fully opened up. We covered that yesterday. So check out yesterday's live stream if you want to check that out. We will be doing more on that, by the way. And I'm hoping to get a few people on that have ships on that game so that we can get their experience and their strategies and talk about that. That'd be pretty cool. So if you want to do that, leave a comment at the end of this video and we'll try and get you on the live stream, possibly for tomorrow. So cool. All right, so that's all the good stuff happening here. So quickly look at the social media here. AXION Twitter is pretty active. And of course, we have about 30 people that are in what we call the AXION Guerrillas. They get out and spread the word about AXION, and they have done a spectacular job. So we're going to go through a bit of that. We're not going to jump through here. We've got a lot of messages since I last looked at it. We're just going to go right to the end and just look at today's messages. But the team is very active doing this. So we're going to scroll back up and have a look at the last ones. Typically, they do 3 or 4 tweets a day, which is about right. And of course, they pretty much promote the basics of AXION and just keep that message sustained. Because typically they say that people have to see something like 11 times. It used to be 3 times, but a lot of people now think it's about 11 times since it's so much noise out there. So about 11 times to see something before they get interested. So interesting. Come to join our Discord hangout, of course. Fixation does that, holds that on Discord. He does a lot of stuff on Saturdays and Mondays on Discord, and it's very, very cool. He does lots of special guests, talks about AXION, and of course also does a lot of social stuff, getting to know each other type things as well. So that's a big thing. AXION's got a lot of heart in its community approach. Of course, putting the finishing touches on AXION Galaxy Stake NFTs. Those are coming up, and they're going to be amazing galaxies that will be generated based on your unique stake data. So if you've got a whole ton of stakes on AXION, you're going to get an individual galaxy for that as well. So a very visual way of looking at your stakes. It's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to that myself. They potentially may be tradable as well. I'd like to see some economics around that, but potentially tradable in a secondary market. We'll see how that goes. AXION in for the tech, in for the gains, to make a statement: stake AXION and earn Bitcoin. That's pretty much AXION's tagline: stake AXION and earn Bitcoin. And of course, that's set at 30% at the moment, but it is going up for vote. We'll see whether it ends up landing. All right, cool. And paid in Bitcoin. Obviously, you earn wrap Bitcoin divs, and that's a pretty cool thing. And I think at the height of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was what was the price? When it was it 60, 68 or something like that? The total Bitcoin paid out to stakers was over $12 million. So it was pretty outstanding for that. All right, cool. We've got that's going on pretty nicely. We're going to jump in the general chat there and see how we're going. Let's make sure I kept up to date with some of the comments. Hey, I'm up to date. That seems crazy. I'm up to date actually on that. So nice. All right. So that, folks, is pretty much what we're going to cover today. We've covered the whole of the AXION ecosystem, including the big launch coming up. That is the thing to look out for in the next 36 hours. Really keep close to this. This is going to be huge. and of course, with a project that's launching here, entering into crypto, and of course, over 1 billion downloads. Sorry, 1 million downloads, I should say. This is a big project, and of course, the price is going to be at half price of the issuance. So that's like magic gains straight away. And projects of this size will generally be in big demand. We're going to find out more details, of course. That's just the teaser at the moment. So we'll wait to get the full details. Of course, they've got KYC running up. And of course, you can get registered for that at any time. So you can just log on and apply for that now. So it seems to be the case. So pretty cool. John did indicate that works very smoothly and is used on TrustSwap, which is one of the other big launch partners, or launch pads, I should say. So take that into account too. All right. So we've got the AXION here, a website. Check it out if you want to do your investment due diligence. I'll just go through the whole website. It's pretty cool. And you'll learn a lot about AXION. And then, of course, if you have any questions, get into Discord. You can also log a support ticket over here. And that will, you can get personal touch, one-to-one help there. Might be with MetaMask or bridging funds over or anything like that. Definitely check that out. Lots of great vids on AXION Token here and also AXION Official. And definitely check out Crypto Casino's channel. Also another big content promoter for AXION. Those are all on the channel. Recommended channels tabs here on AXION Token. You can find those YouTube channels there. Very cool. Let us jump over to, we also talked about the price. So we've really covered everything at the moment, and the market's looking pretty good as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. And don't forget to catch me tomorrow, of course. We'll be talking about Warp tomorrow, and, of course, a bit more about the AXION launch, because I think we might get some more info on that. We'll definitely touch base for sure, but it's going to be really cool. All right, take care out there, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm just going to sign off now, and we're going to have some more guests on the live stream as well. So get used to that. Lots more community chats coming up. It's going to be really cool. Thanks for watching. And here we go. Bam. All right. Take care now. See you, John. See you, everybody. Prana, Oblio, Nicholas, and Lequat. Good to see you in there. Or Lequat. Very nice. So let's post up some emojis here and party on with that. Bam, 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 bam. The last two emojis, of course, are brand new. So it's great to have those in the house. And we're going to post that. Bam. What else? John says, thank you, Superman. Hey, John, pleasure. And man, it's looking good. That stuff's looking really good. Brian says, cool. Have a good one. You too. Take care now. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.